Here's the Radiant ban.
And sort of have this run and see what he can sort of bring out. From them in terms of individual performance, because they know that he can.
We got a draft, and we did mention.
Bounty
we
Hunter
mentioned
ban.
both of these heroes.
You did. You covered it.
BH.
Great job.
Yep.
If you guys remember that, we totally mentioned it.
About half an hour ago.
Oh, wow. So other heroes that we'll probably be seeing in this series as well.
Tide, Tiny.
Yeah. The big T's.
Remaining.
Probably the Wyvern as
Wyvern.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. Someone might have something crazy. As we said before, in DreamLeague, Team Secret has probably some of the most unique and strange first 2 picks out of all the teams. So we'll see if something has gotten on.
Radiant's turn to ban.
Oh,
It's
a
a Razor.
Razor ban. Huh?
Razor and Omni were 2 of the higher ones as well.
Yeah, both teams huge fans of the Razor pick.
Get a ban.
And
There's
there's
the Omni.
Omni,
There we go.
I was questioning Team Secret choosing to take the Razor out of the pool rather than the Omni Knight, but EG say,
Well, they want Secret. I think they play way more Omni than EG. They really like playing the Omni Knight, so I think that would be.
Yeah, but they themselves have run the Razor in combination with it.
Fair enough.
10 seconds.
No, I think one of the heroes that Artur has played a
5
bit
seconds
recently that I
remaining.
kind of like from him. He's shown some Lone Druid over the last couple of patches. 3-1 with it recently. I like him on that hero. I think he is better than most other players I've seen at creating his own space.
I think it's not only that. I think it's the way they play around it. They leave him kind of to his own devices.
Right.
And they make so much space around the map, and they're like, okay, there's this solo lone druid, just kind of he can deal with anybody pretty much in a 1v1, and then it gives a lot of room for fear and crit to move around the map.
No, it felt to me at certain times that like Artur had almost watched Matumbaman play that hero, and the similarities there
very
the way they use it.
Dyer's turn.
Main ban. And
Oh, that's
Chen.
the Chen. Yeah. No surprises here really.
The first phase, they have shown it in the first phase, 2 or 3 games ago in the Galaxy Battle qualifiers. So both teams very prepared for what the opponent's going to be doing.
Secret picked Sanking in the first 2 in the Galaxy battles. I think that might have been a team-specific kind of thing because they were playing versus Kingwin. And I think the Kingwin does like the Sanking a lot, but
remaining.
if they,
I mean, seeing the way that Yap plays, I wouldn't be surprised if they did want to do it anyway. But this is the great thing, to be fair, with the way that this draft's open. There's all these big Yap playmakers still in.
Is there draft penalty time for Secret? They have 40 seconds left. Oh no, they used some during. Oh sorry, they actually used them for their ban. It's my bad.
Radiant's turn to pick.
There's your Yap here.
Just take the root.
All right, there you go.
There we go.
I mean, I keep telling you, that's Team Secret's playstyle. They make sure that Yappy has a good play.
Seeing the Tiny, I wanted to see him do it.
Woo! Now it's interesting.
With the IO though.
That's a strong one.
I mean, Io's just good on his own, honestly. With his talents and stuff now, you could put him with anybody. And now I don't think Tiny is as dependent as he was on Io before, but it certainly makes it even better now. So.
It's different style.
So Crit has shown IO 1-1 so far of this patch. One of the better IO players out there. I worry a little bit with IO. Doesn't Spirit Vessel potentially really hurt that hero?
It does.
I mean, sure, once you get the, you know what I mean. There's a lot of items that you could theorize like that, but I think it still doesn't stop the hero from being a top tier pick.
All right. Well, there's the Death Prophet, and particularly when you think about that exorcism physical damage against the low natural armor of Tiny, does get a little better.
And
as
IO.
the game goes on. Yeah, and IO.
Both having like 0 armor.
Yeah, Silence is really good this game as well.
They're already setting themselves up to have like a push lineup too. With they're gonna have Rubik's Aura. It can be activated defensively to be able to deal with the burst to help out Death Prophet survive. And then the Tide ban. We mentioned Tide several times. Be a contested hero.
Yeah, I still think, interestingly enough, Winter Wyvern's still on the table for both sides. And I will say it again, said it in the last series, I really think Death Prophet plays so much better at a high level when she has a save.
Yep. The double saves too. Team Secret did that a lot. Oh, hello out there, crowd. Oh, the dabbing. You guys are still into that. All right. Whoa, what is that? That is a frightening dab. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Very terrifying out there. Don't look out there again. Anyway.
Both teams a little bit lacking in the initiation department right now.
Yeah.
Offlaners have gotten pushed toward the back at a lot of these drafts.
A lot of offlaners are banned.
I wonder where Puppy's going to go with his own hero this game. I mean, there is still the Puppy Witch Doctor. You know, we also know that he has in terms of save, he has played the Oracle in the past.
I do like the Witch Doctor here against the Tiny
Against Tiny IO, it seems like it could be very nice and complements the push of the Death Prophet.
I want to see that dazzle. Puppy's the only person I
Sure,
enjoy
Dazzle's-
watching dazzle.
I like Tusk personally. It's a really good save for Death Prophet too.
Oh yeah, do the ghosts
That's a
still
good
work,
point.
right? With the snowball. you
Sure
know?
do.
Yes, they do.
Oh.
Yep. Just like a Yule.
And I don't really
Radiant's
always like
turn
having
to
these like
pick.
two ranged int heroes like that, like the Rubik Witch Doctor together. You ideally want to have some kind of like, that hero that can actually set up better in the front lines as one of the supports.
There's
The
the
limited
man.
offlaners is looking to be like Secret's kind of grab like something like a Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, Nature's probably. The thing is, I was wondering if they'd still want to do it
Seconds.
against this tiny IO lineup that
Yeah, the
you
cleave.
can sort of answer that
5
very nicely.
seconds
You've got really
remaining.
strong cleave. You have that sort of global potential to react to any sort of split push from Secret.
Taking some serious time to think about this one here. Well, anything. No
Dyer's
draft can do
turn
anything
to
right now.
pick.
Winter
There's no
Wyvern.
why.
Yeah,
There's the
I really like that because mostly because it takes it off the table for Secret. I thought that would have made a tremendous amount of sense as a save for the Death Prophet.
Well,
Definitely would.
one thing that we're seeing a lot with these pro teams is the double healing recently. If you can just stack the healing in
10
some way, I mean,
seconds.
most teams seem unstoppable. We saw a lot of the Winter Wyvern Omni
5 seconds
being picked out
remaining.
earlier in DreamLeague, and this is healing too. So it's gonna be pretty rough for Team Secret to really get in there and get somebody dead. They need some bursty hero, I think.
Yeah, for sure. I think definitely though, regarding Puppy's role, they need to have some sort of save, some sort of backup for that DP. Whether it be, as we mentioned, the Witch Doctor, Dazzle, Oracle. But maybe as well just going more for the playmaker. I think Witch Doctor could be a good balance.
They could go a different strat though. Could see a more pushy lineup. That's
like-
one way to beat a Winter Wyvern.
I like Oracle and Tusk personally.
Yeah.
Secret for Puppy.
Radiant's
Wow, we're
turn
already
to
down to
pick.
25 seconds.
Oh, excuse
Wow.
me!
Ooh.
Wow!
Pudge is
Oh,
not
man.
bad.
All
not-
right.
Wow, that is not the hero that I expected to see. And
You can hook the Cold Embrace target every time. You can
Sure.
hook people
Yep.
out of the Winter's Curse as well.
is that who's playing? I
10
guess Puppy plays
seconds.
the Pudge.
I think Yap
Dyer's
still
turn
might
to
be.
pick.
Yeah, I'm really wondering. So this is looking like. So any other team, you would say that this is definitely going to be the offlane Clockwork. But remember that EG has shown Winter Wyvern in the offlane before.
Here's the
I love this
Radiant
Pudge pick,
pack.
actually. Timbersaw coming on as well.
One of the best heroes versus Tiny and Io together. Both strength
Yes.
heroes. They get really shredded by this.
Yeah, I mean Clock as well. And the whole Wyvern concept of the Cold Embrace again. Secret heavily looking to punish that save that EG are relying on.
And once again, I just
10
love the
seconds.
flexibility of Team Secret with the Timbersaw. All three of their
5
core
seconds
position players
remaining.
capable of playing this hero at a very high level.
Yeah.
Particularly Ace. Ace's safe lane Timbersaw is one of the better, if not the best, safe lane Timbers in the world
And
right now.
They do not have of course the Tiny combo is a lot of magical damage, but other than that, there's not like anything really that significant to deal with that Timber. Like Clockwork Battery Assault and the Tiny combo is pretty much it. You can incorporate as well the IO Spirits as well as the Wyvern Nuke, but those are a little bit harder to get off if there's a Timber running directly at you and chaining onto you.
Going into the final pick of the draft, Chaos Knight still available for both sides. That's a burst physical to bring down the Death Prophet or the Timbersaw.
I mean, I wonder if EG's looking at this and saying, we can try and stall this, we can take it late, let's put Smail in the mid lane on the Medusa.
That's exactly I was thinking.
Yeah.
Medusa as
I
well.
think, we've seen him do it many times before with the Wyvern. I think that could make a very, very sort of safe draft.
I don't think you can do it though because you didn't ban the AM. You just banned the bat, right?
Sure.
That's tough.
Yeah, you're right. That is still in the pool.
I really,
Yeah.
if they had banned the AM, I would
Yeah.
totally be on board.
All right, they are going to get rid of the
5
bat here.
seconds remaining.
And time is ticking for Team Secret.
Yeah, they're down to only 25 seconds
Dyer's
bonus.
turn to pick.
And EG did that. It did that pretty quickly there.
Oh, that's a good ban. The OD ban.
yeah, it is.
Yeah, we
Yes,
saw
it
what
is.
we sort of against the Timbersaw
Earlier
earlier today,
today,
wasn't
yep.
it? And
Yeah.
we saw how well it
He
could
trashed
have
it,
the
man.
damage.
So let's see. Anybody in particular here? What are they missing, boys? What do we need?
Well, so
10
EG obviously think that
seconds.
Well, yeah,
they're
it's,
going to
it's
pick up their
Secret
offlane.
picking first, isn't it? So if Secret don't pick the AM,
5
then,
seconds
you know, the Medusa
remaining.
could be so
Fair
good.
enough.
You know what I mean? Like, if EG coming with a fifth pick Medusa, if Secret's last pick isn't an issue, I think EG's going to have a pretty solid hand there.
So you're saying, Owen, that they're getting forced to play AM It's the double.
Maybe if
the
they're
double
worried,
on top.
I might be totally wrong. No, EG may be thinking about something else entirely, and Secret probably, well, definitely more aware than I am of what EG's.
I think it's hard. You can't pick the CK right now as Secret. Because if you pick the CK, they come back. EG comes back with the Medusa, and it's crazy.
Hey.
They're gonna take the LD.
We've seen Ace do this a few times in the past.
I didn't think that hero was gonna be the choice here.
This is gonna be a very frightening LD.
How did EG finish this? I mean, I would still like to see the Medusa.
Sure.
I think that would be super in EG's comfort zone, but.
Am I crazy? But isn't this a pretty hard lone druid game? I mean, you got IO Tiny that can jump on you whenever they want to. You got Clockwork that can isolate the druid and just hammer on him without the bear.
I mean, we've seen Secret are very good at just making sure that Ace gets his position to farm. You know, and this is the sort of hero that absolutely revels on having that sort of solo position. Whilst you have these incredibly active supports, Pudge and Rubik, moving around the map.
Yeah, great point.
So it's one of those heroes that Secrets can sort of forget about, and they know that Ace is he's gonna have a really good game, unless EG can absolutely crush him. But most of the times that we see in these sort of games, it's very likely that Ace's hero gets ignored early on, and he's not gonna get left behind.
So more than likely a Sumail hero with the 5th pick here for Evil Geniuses. What do we see, guys? Is this a Storm game?
I mean, it certainly is.
Queen? No, Queen's banned.
Storm could be tough early on, but it is Sumail. He'll catch up in the jungle, sure.
Storm Medusa look pretty solid.
I still like
how they
want
to play the game. Yeah.
They've got the stall with the Winter Wyvern.
Like, yeah, if they get Medusa, they can certainly keep the game going on. Sure, there's going to be that scary point where this lone druid is going to be able to start sieging and pushing. And, they do have that with the exorcism as well, so you could have great push in that sense between those two heroes towards that sort of late mid game.
Ooh.
Wow.
I mean, it's another stalling hero.
That's a good hero versus Timbersaw.
It really is. That's a pretty good pick here. I don't know, guys. I was really leaning towards Secret after that lone druid pick. Can this Tinker survive long enough in this game?
That's the question.
If the Tinker comes online, this is a pretty darn good Tinker game.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
All right, let's do predictions, guys. Owen?
I think this is really hard. I'll go with EG because I think with the Tinker, the global potential of the Tinker, the Eye, and the Tiny, they can make big things happen. And I'm not fully sold on the Pudge pick. I'm looking forward to seeing it do some magic, but we don't see a lot of successful Pudge.
I'll go Secret.
I'm down for Secret too. I don't believe in the global, not this time.
I'm gonna go with my. You know what? The percentage play is Secret. Okay, I'm gonna go with my heart and not my head. I think EG are gonna do this. Let's do it. All right. At long last, let's get our second best of 3 series of the day underway. And to do that, we present to you none other than Toby1 and Blitz. Take it away, boys.
I hope for some fun coming into this series. Secret versus EG, how could it not be a fun series? But then we get Puppy Pudge, we get Sumail Tinker. We're mixing up the drafts a lot. What do you think about it, Blitz, so far?
I don't know. It's kind of interesting. I thought the Tinker pick kind of salvaged things in a way. Like, it made the lineup pretty okay. For the most part, can survive without farm. But at the same time, like, downside of their lineup is, I don't know, it feels like they can get run over pretty easily. This Timber should, at least in the early game, have a very good start.
Yeah. If the Timber can get a good start too, like, yeah, we talked about the Tinker going against it. So does Fada require like a really good start in this off lane for Secret in order to survive against the burst damage that Sumail will bring? Or is he still going to be okay? Like, there's a lot of magical burst damage on the field of EG against him with only like null field and whatever items he can pick up to protect himself.
Yeah, I mean, his laning phase should be pretty good, considering that he's going to be against a melee no matter what. And if he can survive the early onset, like, he's going to be fine. But later on, it's a little bit rough.
Does he just like build Hood early on and just try and survive that way? Build Pipe up for any kind of extra sustain?
I don't know about getting the Pipe. At some point, you probably get it. Maybe even Puppy Aggressive.
Just hood at the start?
Yeah, it's just Pipe doesn't necessarily do everything for you. It's pretty good actually in this game specifically, but I'm not sure. It doesn't. You still need items like BKB against heroes like Tinker, unless you try to end the game at like 25 minutes, which Seeker can try to do. They don't really have Roche heroes. They'd have to commit the Exorcism if they want to Roshan.
Right now, Secret one try and fight for that bounty rune. Was already called out by Arteezy with multiple heroes missing, mainly the Rubik and Pudgy didn't know where they were. Clockwork contests up against Ace, and Universe a little bit of extra damage for this. Team Secret do claim 3 out of the 4 bounty runes. And Universe just has to lose just under half of his life in order for this to happen. But Team Secret, they're creep skipping. They're putting Fighter in the middle. So you start with the Avalanche Puppy. Hasn't actually leveled up Anthony yet. Not sure if he needs Hook or Rot. But Yapsaw is just running escort for Fighter.
I think he should. We saw in the previous games, like, if you let this Timber get a bad game or a bad start, it's really hard for this hero to recover because you largely need a farm. And I think in this Dota, you have to be willing to just like get into these constant engagements. And this hero can't do that without farm. That's what we've always kind of known about this hero, is that there's a minimum requirement of farm to activate him and get him useful on the field. And if that's the case, then you need to kind of secure his laning phase as early and as possible.
Real trouble when Puppy has that rot effect and even backs up to help mid one get the kill, but it was in fact Puppy who gets the last swing in. So combination of both Puppy and Yapsaw, no one sitting in that safe lane. They let like Ace do it himself. He's not really alone when you got your bear companion like Yogi and Boo Boo.
That was cute though. They try to give him the last hit, but the rot after effect is actually what nabs it. Better him than Fear though, or than Sumail though.
They get the kill anyway, and they're ready to go again. Yapsaw, he waits for the moment. Fear just has to fix the small problem. But this is going to be a lot of pressure, and how does Sumail even deal with this? Or actually, maybe we look at the other side of things. How is EG meant to deal with this? Like, do you just leave Wyvern sitting in that lane permanently, and when Arctic Burn goes down, do you have enough to stop this basic tri-lane pressure of Team Secret? Or do you switch the lanes out and you bring Arteezy and Io into the mid and let Sumail have that safe lane?
I don't think you switch. I think you're okay with like this lane configuration. I'm not sure if it changes too much. Like the lane is going to be a bit rough because I don't know where EG might have kill potential. Most likely if they go top with the Wyvern, but you have 2 heroes that are a little bit static. You've got this Wyvern and this Io that aren't really going to move too much. So if you recognize that these heroes aren't going to move a lot, you understand that the laning phase is just about buying time more than anything. Because if you go top with the Wyvern, unless this hero has levels, it's hard for him to get successful kills.
Yeah. Seems practically impossible against Ace, especially when Ace is able to get solo levels up there.
Yeah. Maybe Universe, you can do something in like the first 2-3 levels. Like you can go for some like crazy outplays. But as long as Bearman plays pretty safe, yeah, that'd be hard.
That would be some pretty crazy outplays. Like maybe if you had a Darkseer on that off lane, you had like double Iron Shell burn to play with. I can imagine that being a way to outplay, but Clockwork against the Lone Druid's rough.
Yeah. So far CS though is okay. 3 out of the 4 top net worst. I mean, it's a minute in, so there's not much to extrapolate off this data.
Especially like when bottom lane is so swayed with momentum. You had Crit and Arteezy farming a wave back past their tier 1 tower, and Fada had that pulled wave we looked at before. And they didn't have to worry about it too. Like Rubik, like Yapsaw and Puppy, they pulled the creep wave and then instantly abandoned it. So you said like you needed a good start, you needed some good levels onto the Timbersaw, and that's exactly what Fada was able to achieve.
We should just use a lot of hyperbole. It's like, Secret's up by 500 gold, the game's over.
Really?
There's no coming back from this, Toby.
I remember you crapping on me for things like that. I'm like looking at like, I think it was like 3 years ago when like I think we first started casting. I'm like, man, this draft looks done. We look over and you're like, it's never won on draft. It's not a one-dimensional game. This game of Dota.
It's a bit different now though. Before
you saying a game can be won on draft now?
It was like 60-40, and now it's like 70-30, 65-35.
Is that when you sit there and like your term, there's a free AM game, or the Broodmother pickup, there's nothing to counter it?
Yeah, I mean sometimes in Dota nowadays, there's a lot of heroes like that. It's actually been kind of cut out a little bit, which I really like. Like these heroes that used to just get you a free win are largely out of the game, right? You don't have these like Necros or Venos that, oh sick, it's a Necro or Veno game, or I guess Brood still is kind of in that category.
Yeah,
but people are getting better at dealing with her.
It seems a lot. It's like it has to be that 5th pickup in order to make it work, where you really identify a major weakness in the enemy's draft, as opposed to we picked this up in the first 2. What are you going to do about it? Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I think it's just easier to be wrong nowadays.
All right, we're good to go. Errors are fixed.
There's a lot of combos and synergies that we don't quite understand because the lineups are so diverse now. Whereas before in the past, lineups were a lot more static. There's still like certain accepted counters, right? Like if you see an Omni on the other side, you're gonna try to pick Brewmaster or Rubik for yourself or Morphling. But the counters vary a lot more than they did in the past. Before it was just like if your hero gets countered, the game becomes a lot more difficult for you. Can you win?
It's always entertaining watching an IO trying to harass out a Timbersaw, because every attack he does gives this reactive armor charges up to Fada. He's only got 1 point up in reactive armor at the moment, but having the 5 charges even when Arteezy has 1 point in avalanche to attack with him. Okay, now he's holding the tree. Okay, Fada will back up and have support from Yapzor.
Although Puppy's coming in, has that hook. Don't know if bottom lane is the one that he wants to go to. Maybe even tries to make his attempt towards mid again. Might be the better play.
If they can catch Fear's rotation, that'll be nice. But they've got no aggressive wards to the west of the jungle. It's only blocking up the pull camp, which is making it difficult for EG to keep the equilibrium. Fada dropping low, but Timber chains back to the safety of the tier 1 tower and will let Yapzor take the lane.
He needs the second level of the reactive armor. And he brings him the rune. I forgot. That's actually one of the few times I've seen that. He brought the rune slightly closer to the mid one, and you can see, like, they really vapor this guy's game. Like, they want mid one to have a good game every time. I mean, I haven't seen people do that to that extent before. They actually brought him.
You just keep dragging it, right? Because there's no mana cost every time you hit the bounty rune.
Yeah, yeah. Or any rune, you should say.
Yeah. Well, mid one, being attacked. He does have already that
really
Spirit
low.
Siphon. He's low. The laser. There will be no misses uphill. The range is just too much. Puppy will start with his rot, but there's not much he can really do here. And in fact, now Samael and Fear turn their attention to Puppy, who has to back up. So a good moment there, making the most out of a small window of opportunity where the secret supports were not being aggressive on Samael.
And that's really unfortunate considering he just grabbed the regen. Getting aggressive like that, a little bit scary against the Tinker, because the Tinker is almost always going to be the king of trading.
He still goes back to the lane for the full creep wave, however, so that's the small upside here for mid one. But bottom lane, Fada, again being attacked, Timber aggressively forward towards crit. Puppy and Yapzor are on the rotation. They'll be scouted out by... Actually, there isn't a creep wave giving enough vision to see them. But Puppy will now walk underneath the observer ward, so...
They're trying to secure the bounty runes. And the bottom rune too. I think Puppy grabs this one though. I'm not sure if there's a point in him hooking it closer.
I'm sorry, Puppy grabs, like, okay, he can have the haste rune. Yapzor takes both of the bounties. And he goes straight underneath the Radiant Observer Ward Puppy, so Crit should be fully aware of what is happening. He's away from creep waves, but the issue is in mid lane. Samael, he's being babysat by Winter Wyvern, who's holding an extra skill point, so if he needs the Cold Embrace, he can level it up.
Yeah, and up at top, Universe already a level behind. We knew this was going to be a little bit of a complicated matchup.
Puppy's actually behind Universe.
Oh.
He can work with Ace. Ace has level 5, so that Bear has Entangle options.
Yeah, but Universe sees him coming through the ward. And now he's going to pull the creep wave. He's going to get hooked in. Puppy.
As the battery assaulted with the creep wave coming down, Universe copying a lot of damage from multiple sides. And there's your Raw, cancelling off the TP, and Universe will die. Entangled up, and Puppy actually claims both of the kills now for Team Secret. Fada's on the run inside the trees, getting hit by the avalanche, but 10 points of reactive armor makes this almost impossible for EG to break through that thick skin of the offlaner. But the thin skin of the green skin of the Death Prophet. Wait, he actually got him?
He caught him mid-air.
Oh boy, where is that regeneration? It's just not there for Fada, so both the offlane and the mid lane going down for Team Secret. Once again, Death Prophet dying in mid.
Yeah, and they needed this right now, EG. The laning phase was going so-so for them. The Death Prophet before that kill, Toby, was actually still ahead of the Tinker in terms of net worth, just because of the amount of last hits she has. Also the fact that they have to split XP. If you notice, the differential is like 7 last hits between the two of them in favor of the Death Prophet as Arteezy getting aggressive, but
he's waiting for the 6-minute rune.
Yeah, he's trying to secure them. They've gotten both of them stolen like twice now.
Well, it works for Crit. Having that bottle available, he can just consume it and go for the second one. This is some very easy regeneration for evil geniuses.
Yeah, Yapzor was trying to deny them with the illusions, trying to be cute. But Puppy, up at top, trying to go for another attempt on the clockwork. That time it was a lot easier because he was in an entire creep wave.
Yeah.
But if he gets isolated out, it is quite easy for him to die. Puppy timed that very well.
Yeah, he actually found that small opening. So he got only scouted by one observer ward. The observer ward of EG on the top lane was a little bit too far to the right, so Universe actually never got a glimpse that Poppy could move all the way to top lane. Fada again in trouble. 15 points of reactive armor. So regeneration's not too bad, but Arteezy trying to close the distance, has toss available, but Crit's a little bit too far away, and Fada's able to timber chain back underneath the tier 1 tower, but they're prepping up in mid. Sumail, the Master Machine's cover is down. Mid 1 and Yapsaw copying a lot of damage, and Fear takes to the skies. Yapsaw will fall. Crit is the one to kill him off. Heavy rotations from EG, but it keeps their mid lane safe. And Sumail on track for his BTs.
Yeah, he's not doing bad whatsoever. A little bit surprised that they keep going for this move, considering they know Fear's there, and IO is one of the best rotational supports in the game, because if you don't instantly burst down the hero, you're going to get turned around on. And at the same time, like, I think Sumail really wanted that last hit. He fired off the rockets, but the last Wisp Spirit manages to catch them in the face. As at bottom, Fada getting harassed up, but doesn't really care about Arteezy solo is.
Oh, in fact, he actually gets aggressive. Arteezy doesn't have any mana. Burned all of his wand charges. Do you actually think Team Secret are happy with this, however? Like, you've just picked up your Hand of Midas over on Ace. Like, this is under 8 minutes Hand of Midas on Ace. 4.2k, 4.3k in the net worth on this lone Druid. This seems to be the perfect start for Ace. Are you okay with this, understanding that you're giving BTs over to a Tinker? You're giving space for Tiny to farm up?
I think they wanted mid to go a lot better, if you know my opinion, because I think this Tinker, it's a hero that can be abused by ganks. Like, he doesn't have any defensive abilities. His move speed is very mediocre. Of course, laser's pretty good early on, but if you just get run out by spells, you can largely ignore that. So I think they wanted to try to focus more on mid, but because Fear played this static game of just sitting there, he sort of abandoned Arteezy at bottom. He didn't try to help him at all.
Yep. Well, they already had Crit there to help him out. As long as they can keep the runes secured, they're gonna have the regeneration to survive. Yapsaw, Fada wants to get aggressive. There goes your Chakram trying to slow him down. They don't see up high enough. So Arteezy and Crit continue to retreat.
Yeah, but this Timbersaw starting to recover slowly. This mid lane though, mid one now is gonna get into this position, Toby, where he just gets spammed out.
Yeah.
Like, you just trade farm with this Tinker, and Tinker will go to the jungle, farm that where he can.
Are you okay with it though? Because, like, as long as you get to your level 6, you have your Exorcism, bring Lone Druid into the lane, you can force down tower after tower, and then catch-up's going to come by the injection of that money of tower deaths. In fact, there it is there, the tier 1 tower dying on top lane.
At bottom, Fada. He's going to get stunned up in the middle of his Timber Chain.
Fear's right behind him. Fada, Soul Rings off cooldown, tossed up into the air. Yapsaw is going to arrive. As a level 2 Fable wants to bounce the damage through. Crit doesn't care when he's got Tether and tons of stick charges and bottle charges. But babysitting Fada for the moment.
They want to make sure if the rest of the lanes are doing okay, especially top. Ace has been completely uncontested right now. 5.5k now worth.
Yeah.
Has that Midas like we talked about. He's on a really good timing right now.
Like, his Radiance is going to be so quick. He's already got 2,000 gold into the Radiance build. No one's even close to this. Arteezy, Avalanche. Is there a follow-up with a lot of the spirits? They're going to toss him up as well as Fear starts his TP out. They've already used the stun, so Team Secret don't have the damage. But Fada just getting comboed. Meanwhile, Puppy, Sumail, and Universe working together. Universe being the primary controller with that hook shot in, and Sumail's just the damage from afar.
Still, Ace continues to thrive. Finds the bounty rune, has already taken that top tower. I think that, as weird as it sounds, I think both teams are kind of okay with it. Like, the mid lane isn't going so well, but the Tinker's still having a good time. And on the flip side of things, for Secret, Ace has been completely uncontested.
Do you wait and let Ace farm up the jungle, or do you bring him into a lane to try and force it out? Bring some out to actually TP and march the machines, push back the wave?
I'm not sure if there's a point in rotating him.
Oh, Puppy lands the hook, dragging Fear back in. They'll keep him controlled with Yapsaw, and Fear will fall down. Meanwhile, Fada picked off once again by Arteezy, so it's a 1-for-1 trade-off. It's an offlaner for a support, and Fear is the lowest net worth on the field.
Yeah. Still, that Timbersaw going down once again, a little bit surprising, and I think it's mainly because he's not accounting for the amount of magic damage that this team bursts for. That's the IO spirits, especially with 3 levels in them. Actually 4 now. This IO is already level 7.
Yeah.
Has an urn with 2 charges. It's quite farmed for an IO.
They need some resistance. But right now he's still trying to finish a magic wand.
They've got to be careful now on the side of Secret, now that these rotations can come, which is why we see mid one immediately just go to heal, back things off. He wants to try to stay as close to full HP as possible, because if the relocate comes in, he will die.
Arteezy's beaten now. The tier 1 tower. Fadebolt's going to slow him and the creep wave down with their attacks. Even pulling the creep wave over so far, the catapult takes the damage.
Oh, look at this rotation.
Smoke tank is going to be perfect. Universe with a hook shot right on the mid one. He burns the exorcism up. He's got Veil available, goes for the stance, but Arteezy and Crit both come in. That is way too much damage to survive through. 5 heroes from Evil Jesus end up in mid, and they add the pressure to the tier 1 tower. Meanwhile, hook pick up by YapzOr. They just hold Crit in position, so they get a small bit of revenge. But EG really making Death Prophet's life a living hell, but meanwhile, Ace having more space. 3.5k gold on him. That relic is almost on Ace, and we're only 12 minutes into the game.
Yeah, he's going to TP bottom, grab that tower, and with that, his relic.
Oh boy.
It's going to be a huge boon to them. At the same time, we just talked about it. Crit being such a high level, they didn't quite expect this to happen, but you should. You know that at some point the relocate is going to come online. Nobody was showing top. They're not ganking your lone druid. So where could they possibly be? By process of elimination, if they're not defending bottom, then they're all collapsing on you mid.
Yep. So here goes the tower. As we were mentioning, once that Radiance is up, EG's team fight has to be exactly what it was before. That quick jump in, pop, kill off a hero, and then take objective. But Team Secret looking to get aggressive. Puppey's already moving over to get a deep observer ward behind that mid-tier 1 tower.
He's trying to catch that Tinker.
Oh, Universe actually rocketed his exact position. There's not even an observer ward looking for this. Universe just game sensed it, realizing that probably someone could be moving over. But Team Secret keeping the pressure up. Fada stays on the front lines. Lone Druid moves in. EG will get the trade-off. This Arteezy and Crit up on the top. They can't fight yet. Relocate's on cooldown for another 20 seconds. So it looks like it's going to be a tier 2 for tier 1 tower trade. Poppy. Oops. Missed it by that much.
And at bottom lane, this tower almost already going down. It's a tier 2. Doesn't look like EG are interested in fighting quite yet. A little bit too tanky.
Is trade-off.
This Death Prophet, though, hasn't had the best game. 1, 3, and 2. Had to expend that Exorcism early on. I'd imagine the next time they use it, though, they want to barrel in for this mid tower.
Yeah.
But the timing of it is going to be a little bit different, because EG will defend that tower, and they have March of the Machines maxed out with Boots of Travel on their Tinker. No way they try to give that one up for free. I think the bottom one is largely positional. Like, if you're not there instantly, you're not going to defend it. But at least the mid one is going to be really important for EG.
If they can hold it. Team Secret are now just on the defense. They're sending mid one towards the top lane. It's probably the safest place for him to play catch up and finish up that, at least the hood. Well, YapzOr probably, I don't know if that's really the ability he was looking for. He's got Toss stolen.
It's something.
It is something. Ace is finishing the last bit of money for Radiance recipe, and then maybe Team Secret look for something. But EG is looking for something of their own. Fear and Universe smoked up on the hunt. Moving through Radiant Jungle. Fada is the closest target for him as he Timber Chains closer towards him. And if he comes down the hill, the Courier is leading directly to him. Can he get up? Yeah, he can. Chains up the hill. Starts. Universe needs to... Oh no, the creeps! Fear, he'll have to commit the curse in order to hold Fada in position. And they will bring him down. The relocate from Crit committed. And they're looking for it. YapzOr up on top's already in the right position. He'll pick him up. What's he actually... Does he steal an ability for it? No, he just tosses him out. And mid one combining it up. I think YapzOr and Poppy have taken more kills than any of the other cores right now. But still, a kill is a kill.
Ace now has that Radiance completed, so this is going to be not a counter to Tinker in terms of kills, but a hero that can shove out waves without being there, Toby. And that's really important, is that you force EG, you force the Tinker around the map into places that he doesn't necessarily want to be, and if you spread him too thin, that's when opportunities will open up for them. And despite the 9-5 score, because of the tower kills, it is still in favor of Team Secret, and their 5-man is quite strong, but EG now are closing the gap quite hard. They're going to start picking up towers of their own now as they grab that bottom tier 1 finally. Arteezy getting the last hit, and now Secret, you want to make moves. You can't allow this kind of game to happen. You have a Timber Saw on your team. This hero cannot create space for you. It's got to fight if it's going to do anything. And so I think the mid tower is likely the next target for them.
They just smoked up.
And then look, they're all around this mid area. They want to just transition it into a push and start invading the jungle of Team EG.
Puppey with that haste rune, and that's that deep observable he put down before. Lands the hook onto Fear, pulling him back into this member. So now mid one, if he wants to, can commit the exorcism, and they can just force down this mid tower. Then again, Ace is so strong, they can save the exorcism for the tier 2 tower. So Mail's going to try and keep him at bay, just rocket spamming up. Already has everything he wants. They want to jump on him. The Blink Dagger will allow him to either get close or away. But there it is. Ace will take the mid tower. That's all the tier 1s lost. Well, both sides on the map. And more money flooding in to this lone druid.
It's important for Secret to try to grab that tower in return, because Tinker's so good at defending these tier 1s early on, and if you can't get it, the later that it goes, it's harder for you to secure this Roshan objective.
Tranquil's done.
He's almost level 15 already.
Yeah. Do we actually start looking into these high talents as well, considering how much space you've managed to get on the lone druid? I guess there's something fantastic in the 20 and 25. Like, he just gets the Spirit Bear armor at the moment, so keeping his bear alive as much as possible.
Yeah, sure. You get the Battlecry Grand Spell immunity. You just run it. It's awesome. Then your bear doesn't, you know, he doesn't get hurt. You keep your boy alive. Leave no one behind, Toby.
Including pets.
Exactly. It's kind of, I don't really know the lore, but I don't know if it's a pet. I think it's more like
a companion.
Like his, I don't know, companion. That has connotations that I don't want to explore. More like his brother. I was gonna say brother. I don't know why you went that way.
Yeah, that's a movie. That's Brother Bear, man.
As Arteezy now farming up huge stack of ancients.
Good farm for him. How's his item progression going?
He's going pretty good.
SMY going into AC. Do you like him not going for the aggressive Blink Dagger or Shadow Blade? So not actually getting anywhere near the Silver Edge to break the timber?
I think the Clockwork is going to be the scouter for him anyways. So I'm not sure if it's too necessary in this game.
Because the Eye can just relocate him into the back lines anyway. So.
Yeah, that's the plan. It's not super important for him to initiate. There's still value in the Silver Edge though, but he needs armor if he's going to fight. Almost has it now too, as mid one desperately trying to catch up. Like, his net worth is just like tanked. He's got 6,500 net worth. Vada not doing too much better than the Clockwork, and that's.
They'll try and get it from a fight. It's going to be a 3-man smoke up, but Fada wasn't caught inside that smoke. He's going to be pushing at the bottom lane instead.
As he should, and the bit. Radiance is still active, so they should know this. Like, there's just an invisible bear pushing out bottom, and Secret, it looks like they're getting a little bit desperate. They're starting to place some Tinker wards at the same time, so this smoke isn't going to mean nothing.
The smoke from EG, maybe it can mean something. They'll go underneath that Dire Observer Ward. Yapsaw is the only one up on this top lane.
Oh, Sumail,
defending the tier 2 tower.
Oh, he was like right next to them for a second, and now they're going to know for sure. And they're going to go for Yapsaw thinking it's a free kill.
Yapsaw tossing away Universe. Hook shots available. They go on the jump. Here comes
Everyone's
the DP mid one. It's a nice silence, but no real follow-up. Master Machine's already down. Yapsaw is dead too. Fear can potentially initiate this if he wants to put down the Winter's Curse. They'll start by getting rid of the bear. Ace staying on the ball with them, keeping that bear burning down Crit. The Savage Roars have to continue to run away. Crit will earn charge himself up, and there goes Ace's bear. Quick resummon. Still has 17 one charges on the IO, so he wasn't going to go down from this.
No, bear wife. You went down.
Bear wife? Bear brother, bro.
Bear brother, okay. So
bear brother.
Go with mine.
Yeah, I'm happy to go with Brother Bear.
Alright.
That movie was okay.
Appreciated. Still, that was really nice for EG. They grabbed the last hit on the Lone Druid Bear, which matters. Like, the cooldown on that is pretty significant. And on top of that, they got the App Sword for free. They forced a lot of rotations. The only thing that Secret got out of that entire sequence of events was that Tinker Ward at bottom, who, I mean, maybe it pays off. You don't know. Sumail's largely been playing in this top area. He's only been farming around this jungle area. Hasn't really placed himself bottom, because I think he anticipates the danger of bottom. Yeah, they've got this one ward here, but not much else in the way of vision.
Do you like the build with the both going Ether Lens and Kaya together?
Yeah, it's pretty common nowadays. Is mid. They're setting a trap right now. Puppy, no hook though.
Wait for Sumail. The line is almost right. He'll have to go blind. It's just on the edge. And that's the reason why YapzOr now drops that Observer Ward. As they see Arteezy and Crit move towards him. The hook,
nice
it
hook.
lands on Crit, isolating him out. And well, IO will get popped.
Very nice hook by Puppy. Been quite on point. 2-1 and 4 right now. But feels like it's not quite enough. They're going to start drawing the line around. Secret. I want to try to grab more out of this if possible.
They're going to be ready to. It's not the full AC coming out, but as Hyperstone and Plate Mail, this bear is going to get very, very tanky.
Yeah. Quite an even game though. 22 minutes in.
Yeah. Under 1K the difference, it's practically zero.
Yeah. Just shows how even these teams are.
Dire's top tower is about to take the
Still Lone Druid holding a large amount of that net worth for Secret with the number 2s both over 10k for EG, but then you hit 7.3. Like when Timber and Death Prophet are sitting at the exact same net worth, you know how much pressure is on Ace. He got used to this in China. He's happy to do it all over again.
Maybe a little bit of growing pains again, where they have to readjust to communicating with their mid laner and not having to draw. Vada got pretty good at that, to be fair.
He did.
Yeah, he started getting comfortable with that, but Secret gonna go for another smoke. They kind of sense things. Like, they need to start making plays right now, because I think they don't want to play against this lineup where EG can just stall things out. The game becomes a lot more risky.
They might be getting this line right, so they're passing past Roshan. EG are not in this. Instead, EG are looking to push and fight the tier 2 tower. There's your hookshot forward. Fada, can he survive? Hell no, he can't. Everyone's down. Potential buyback to now go into this fight. They're going to need him if they take it. Puppy looking for the hook line. Again, feels the primary target. Pulls him in with the Fade Bolt. They get the kill. Arctic Burn stolen by YapzOr, looking for his moment. Universe starts the run. There's the Arctic Burn. Slowing down Universe. The bear goes to work. The Blade Mail making it difficult to relocate out. The Crit able to come in for the save. But he'll sacrifice himself. No shenanigans with TP. He's got 2 seconds and he'll come back to his own death.
Well worth it though for the 2 supports to die in exchange for the Timber Saw. Plus you force everybody around the map. Sumail already sensed the danger in that, immediately left, trying to go for his Aghanim Scepter. Tons of value in that item, by the way, Toby. The Quad Rockets, the bouncing laser against Lone Druid.
Yep. You know, I'm still sitting here going, you know what, Puppy can just turn himself into that I don't care. Like, he's got 8 Flesh Heap charges out of the 9 kills of Team Secret. Keep building it up.
Yeah. It still feels like it's not quite enough yet. Like, they need to get this DP exorcism involved.
Universe going up. The exact man Puppy wants to break free, cuts free of the cogs, and now here comes the Savage Roar, but rockets from Sumail will be able to connect. Where's this revenge? Universe picked up. The Blade Mail's doing his work once more. That bear is so low. Ace has a resummon available, and there it is. He'll use it straight away.
Instantly does so, fearing that maybe Sumail blinks forward with the laser, would finish it off. And Secret, they now lose the gold lead, very slightly in favor of EG.
Yeah.
Supports, though, have a lot more farm on the side of Secret. That's what's kind of counterbalancing this if you look at the core difference. Like, YapzOr is... I mean, YapzOr's YapzOr, right?
Yeah. But the fact that Puppy's also at 4K, like, this is what I think we were discussing this a lot in Shanghai, about the lack of 5. Actually, I think it was also in Frankfurt, where it's this 4-4 that we're running, and that's exactly what Team Secret have in this game.
Yeah.
Puppy is not sacrificing himself.
Universe gets spotted out. YapzOr pops.
His Arctic Burn. Fighting from the trees. Mid one's in here. He's actually going to pop up his Exorcism. Oh, he got him! He grabbed him mid-hook. Puppy's coming over, and YapzOr with the stolen hook cancels the TP. God, I love this guy on Rubik.
Oh man, that was some out styles. You can't even feel that bad as Arteezy. He's setting up for an attempt at top. Fada gonna get gone on though.
Avalanche and toss combination. Fada hook shots out, and the life regeneration. 20 reactive armor charges isn't enough when Sumail is that quick to the front line. And now only 500 gold away from completing up his Aghanim Scepter.
This is a huge problem, by the way, Toby. They essentially have a dead hero in this Timber Saw. This hero can't really fight right now. He doesn't have enough farm. He doesn't tank. He doesn't start fights for them. He doesn't come with the stun. He was supposed to do a lot better in the laning phase. And just with the sheer amount of deaths that he has, 1, 6, and 0, this is the problem with Timber, is you overestimate your strength.
Let's have a look at this again. Pull it back in time. Rewind, 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 play. Hook, hook.
That was close enough.
Bunch of hookers on the bot lane.
Sure.
Aghanims is up for the Tinker. And amplification galore for Sumail.
Yes. It's a very good timing for him right now. And the game becomes a little bit more difficult for Secret, who they're still trying to use this exorcism. We saw it at bottom lane. They tried utilizing it. It still wasn't quite effective as EG immediately going to smoke up. And look at the position that their lanes are in right now. All 3 lanes being shoved in. Secret can't go for a smoke of their own. They've got to deal with this first.
They're going for Roshan.
Yeah, they've immediately made their way in. Secret, though, they're going to show 2 of their heroes mid right now. They should get pinged out. They're going to go for a smoke. I think they have some idea.
Yeah, they checked it before. That was what they were doing before the gank happened up on top when Fada died. The bear will do the scouting, goes inside the pit. This is problematic because you don't want to really resummon the bear just yet, but he's down to 600 HP.
Yeah, they want to reset. Both teams know that their smokes largely useless, as I felt like EG should have gone for a play there. Like, get into an actual engagement, because you know that Secret, all 3 lanes are shoving into their side, so they have to react to this.
And Fada wants to go bottom, like he wants to have that farm.
Somebody should get it.
Well, Sumail's moving over. Ace is nearby here, and Sumail trying to be a little bit devious, cancelling the TP at the last moment. Making Secret guess where he is. Hook from Puppey, this one will be a stray. And he actually loses his Observer Ward because of this, with the Sentry Ward down from EG. They have vision superiority around the Roshan pit.
That felt like the first hook he's missed in quite some time. As Sumail, he's starting to get low at bottom. They're pinging him like crazy, but
the bear's making it impossible for him to blink away.
Yeah, and Fada might even get caught out here again as he Timber Chains away. Is going to make his way out as Arteezy.
Issue when Arteezy doesn't have maneuverability, like AC, SMY, and now he's going into the Daedalus. So huge amounts of damage for him. Mid one finds his target. Blink forward, your step there, and Yapsaw! He's still got the stolen hook, picks him up, throws him down. He's only got the rockets, but he can body block it, allowing Mid one to get a much needed kill. And now Team Secret with no Clockwork, and Clockwork doesn't have buyback. They go in for Roshan. The trade-off will have to be the tier 2 tower on bottom, and that's if EG doesn't pull in any shenanigans around Roshan.
Yeah, Fear might go for it right now. He can just...
He's got Arctic Burn and Curse available.
Yeah, he can fly in. This might be a decent opportunity. He's got to time as well, though.
1,000, 800, 600, 500, 200, 100 gone. Timing not there, and Mid one very aggressively blinks forward, hoping to find something. But they won't. Tier 2 tower was the trade. Puppey has a hook opportunity on bottom lane, and he's got it. Just not long enough to grab Arteezy.
They almost had like 2 Pudges on their team for a while. They had the Pudge and the Clockwork, of course, as Yapsor is playing the real Clockwork right now in this game, is styling pretty hard. At the same time, EG, I think they're going to be pretty unhappy about that trade.
They still have such great high ground defense against Team Secret.
Yeah, Secret, I mean, they've got to kind of force things, and that's why you keep seeing these inefficient exorcisms by mid one that don't lead to anything. Yeah, because he keeps thinking like, well, is this a fight? I better pop it, otherwise I'll just die without using it again. It's really hard for them to transition the exorcism into pushes because of this Tinker. So he's kind of just like in a weird dead spot right now, where he doesn't feel like he can use exorcism to get kills. At the same time, they're not getting objectives. And so he's just popping it whenever he sees any opportunity. And I think that's the right idea. Either you use it selectively, or you just use it whenever you feel like.
It's like, what you want to force a 5-man fight up against the control that Sumail offers by both laser and the March of the Machines. It seems almost impossible to deal with that. And we still haven't seen the effect of a Curse from Fear. Like, Team Secret are purposefully not grouping up for this unless it's just one quick pick. But they have to look for the objectives. The tier 2 tower is up in mid, as well as top. These are the easy ones to claim, and mid one has that Aegis the Immortal to try and burn if they can find initiations.
Yeah, even though EG, they're still leading by a little bit, it's actually Secret right now.
And he barely misses on Fear once again. Fancy wing work from Fear. But this really doesn't take long to bring down a tower. The advantage of Team Secret. You get a small opening and Lone Druid will melt buildings. And he's almost got, like, it's actually, yeah, the Aghanim Scepter. Now 400 gold away from Ace for Ace. Actually, no, he's got it. He actually has it. The Courier just needs to bring it out. So now you can have a Lone Druid Bear, not just Radiance burning, but properly pushing in lanes.
It's not just that. It's to deal with the Tinker. It's so when the Tinker comes, like, there's that bottom position. If he has the Ags right there, like the Tinker 100% dies when he's on top of him, and he Savage Roared him to like mess with him. But if you get like one root, Tinker just dies in 2 seconds there. So that's what they're using it for, so that Ace doesn't always have to be there to go for the catch. Like imagine a situation where they have Yapzor just following around the bear. They find an opportunity. They can kill the Tinker pretty easily without them having to rotate. As Ace moves his Radiance in, a smart play. So he gets 2 Radiance illusions at the same time, so he can push out all the lanes. Like this is how you have to play against Tinker. You gotta shove in the waves repeatedly.
Mid one almost had him. Blinked forward, was looking for the Yule Scepter attack into Sumail. It's hiding in the trees. Won't be long before the Tinker Wars start to appear. Puppey. Hawks, and he got him! Pulling back Universe. Supporters coming in the form of the bear, even with the Savage Roar, making sure there's no hook shot, nothing to interrupt him. And this is 53 seconds with no clockwork. He's down for the count. No cogs to spray him out. Sumail has to get this Master Machines down, but the Lone Druid Bear just starts to beat to the town. Mischance, problematic. And Fun burning his pipe to hook away. They may try and change their line of attack. Exorcism now is very good against the laser, but Puppey had to TP back. Top lane was pushing in too much. They're retreating.
Yeah, in Dota, you never let your tier 3 just get hit like that for free. Absolutely no reason to. Because if the fight goes disastrously, maybe you get 5-man wipe, the Tinker just TPs up there, shoves in the wave, and they relocate, kill your tower in like 2 seconds. It's the reason why it's always brought up by a lot of people, like the importance of shoving in waves is because you need to reset the game for yourself at all times. It's not just for the offensive potential, it's also for the defensive potential. Because there's always the chance that you lose a fight in those situations when you go for 5-man pushes. And if your lanes are, 1 or 2 of your lanes are in really bad position, you almost just immediately have to buy back. It's not just a lost fight, you're gonna lose on top of that. So it's important to reset these things whenever you can. Which is why people always go back, even if it feels inopportune. Like, sure, they have Aegis, they have all their items, but at the same time, make sure that your lanes are correct before you make these risky plays.
Yeah. Well, top lane, hook shots out. This is how much they're committing. They're going after the bear, but a quick Savage Roar sends Universe away and the bear back to relative safety. I suppose it's not that long a cooldown on a hook shot. And we're already seeing, and she said, like, Exorcism being burned. You find something which is slightly advantageous, you go for it. The Secret, they smoke up themselves. 3 heroes moving down mid. Farda's going to have his smoke broken, revealing himself for a quick moment. Still no Tinker Wards on the Radiant side of the map. But Puppey wants something. Fear. Smoked up as well. I actually found him in the trees. Fear is moving up to try and help out. Mid one, he's on the run with the Exorcism up, and support is in the neighborhood. Farda's going to be there. The hook, they pull him over, dragging him away as Timbersaw, who was cursed up. Sumail is barely surviving. The crit's helping him out until Farda jumps in, bringing down Sumail. Tinker on the sidelines. Mid one wants to go for more. Hook from Puppey actually connected to Yapzor, so a little bit of line wrong, but crit so low. That Exorcism reaching him on the side. Sumail is brought back to continue to be part of this, but Secret get what they want. 2 kills, and then a push into the tier 2 tower. What a ghostly image.
This was a massive win for Team Secret. Sumail buys back thinking that there's going to be more of an engagement, but with crit down...
Puppey. Universe, too good.
Very nice catch from mid one. It only takes 1 ever. I think that Sumail assumed that he had a buyback anyways, because your Tinker's dead on the enemy sidelines. You're just going to go for a push, so you try to buy back to refresh the cooldown as soon as possible. Yep. It's not even just about anticipating the fight. It has 2 layers to it, and at the same time, Secret, they did manage to grab that bottom racks, and every single base lane that you open up against a Tinker makes the game so much easier, because he always has to deal with this bottom wave now.
Yep. I'm interested to see why Team Secret didn't just destroy the shrine they were standing next to. They had Lone Druid's Bear there. Sent him back for a quick moment. The bear now has Shadow Blade built up.
Yeah, I think without Exorcism and no Aegis, that's a really risky fight.
They just don't want to reveal the position by attacking the shrine.
Yeah, there's no reason for it. You can just reset the game a little bit and wait.
They do have their own Observer Ward and Sentry on the hill to the south of it, so they got decent vision unless EG want to smoke out.
All it takes now is 1 catch on this Tinker and the game's done.
They're trying to pincer. Arteezy, Crit, and Fear. From the north they come. A BKB is flying out to Arteezy. This will come over the quad. as they look for their target. Arteezy already initiating the curse is out. It's over on the Death Prophet. Yapzor pops to the attack of Arteezy, and Crit's going to help him try and bring down mid one. Yule Scepter into the air, buying some time, but time won't be enough. A double kill for Arteezy as Team Secret.
You know, so much damage.
Losing critical heroes, Crit. Fada rips him up. Another Bloodstone charge gets pulled in.
And surprisingly, despite that kind of start he has, he's got positive Bloodstone charges.
The bear. Wait, what is it? It's actually going to go for the melee Rax. Shadow Blade in, and he actually takes the melee Rax. Range Rax as well. Where's the support? Where's it coming in? Pull the bear out. The damage. Ninja Bear is what we're looking at.
That was absurd. He just took a full set, got the bear out too, doesn't feed any gold out of that. Another lane down now for EG. They've got one to play with. They're starting to run out of chances here. They're starting to march down mid 2. They're going to grab this tier 2 with the Death Prophet down. No way the mid 1 buys back for that.
No,
but it's just
Arteezy. The bear's making it difficult. Yeah, Arteezy is here. He's fighting through Radiance, and he knows this bear is somewhere hunting him. Arteezy is burning to the Radiance, so he can't get away, while Puppey, as well as Fada, battling against Universe. Samael's going to come in to help out. That spell lifesteal, it keeps Puppey alive long enough to let Fada get the kill on the Universe. And now it's another battle. It's Fada for his life. Yapzor comes in to help, steals the double rockets, but the curse is out. Well, at least it's only a Timbersaw attacking into the Rubik, but now in comes the cleave of Arteezy with the combination. Arteezy gets back-to-back double kills against Team Secret.
And the gem was dropped. Secret getting a little bit sloppy here. It feels like they're anticipating their win, but you've got to play things out at all times in Dota. EG can always hold these creeps with the benefit of their Tiny and their Tinker. They have really good wave shove, still have a solid amount of team fight. Secret, they still have to be careful about this, Toby. It feels like they're getting a little bit too over-eager, trying to end the game. No need to. Ace is doing so much for you right now. Allow Ace to do this for you.
This is just be an enabler. That's all this is right now. Ace waits it out, pulls the bear back, takes another tier 3 tower. Arteezy and Crit are trying to go for, again, a ninja play of their own. They're inside Roshan. No one scouted this out. The bear was nearby. Crit pokes his head up, but there's no observer wards for Team Secret looking at this. Puppey finds Universe a little bit further up inside the river, and Universe, oh, he's going to get hooked. Over towards Puppey, up in the river, keep the rot going, and they'll kill off the Clockwork, but it's enough space created for Arteezy now to claim the Aegis. Crit has the cheese, Yapzor jumping in, he picks up the Io, wants to drop him down. Crit, there's a Yule Scepter, he'll fall down once again, a quick silence. Is he going to burn the cheese? You know he doesn't want to, and he won't. Mid 1 has the double kill, and this will actually have Arteezy stranded in the mid lane. Curse creates space, Puppey getting beaten down by the bear, but it's not enough of a beatdown. Puppey will survive, an EG in full retreat. They want to keep going, but he gets dragged back in by the telekinesis. Arteezy wants to keep swinging, but the Yule Scepter unable to actually hit that high in the air, even with the reach of the branch.
They're focusing the Rax on Toby.
Mid 1's in. He's going after Fear.
Look at Ace.
He knows. He knows. He's playing objective-based gaming while mid 1 creates space with Yapzor.
They gotta do something about this right now. They're gonna get Mega Creep for sure. There's no glyph available. They're hard committing.
Oh, again. They just keep getting controlled. His telekinesis is just being savage roared. Okay.
Get the range.
Try and save it. The bear's coming back down for the range. One swing will do it. The Megas are now up for Team Secret. Ace will finally be brought down, but thanks to the power that is the Aghanim Scepter, the bear can continue the good fight on bottom lane. But Team Secret, 19-19, it may look even on the kill count, but 14k is the advantage and the 4 lanes of Rax to Megas.
Ace has just been absurd in this game. Like, the amount that he's done for his team. Maybe they lose one fight, his team is doing some space creative stuff. On the other side, Ace is just like, guys, I'm hitting Rax. I have no idea what the rest of you guys are doing. Sure, give them all the chances that they want, but this bear is insane. His item build too. The fact that he went for the Shadow Blade.
Is he going to solo kill Crit here?
He's going to go for it. They know though.
He's Radiance burning Crit down. There's not a lot the Crit can do about it. The bear will attack. At least Arteezy was able to get the Avalanche toss off. And Crit, oh no, support's arrived in the form of mid one. One more attack. No, Crit still got the regeneration and the cheese available again. Doesn't want to burn it, but now Fada TP onto the back of the bear. The Chakram silence. Mid one jumps forward. There goes your cheese burn. A Yule Scepter up. Mid one already starts his TP out. They burn the extra advantage of Roshan, but again the bear doing the work. Fada back in with the Chakram chain. So much damage. Support is arriving in the form of EG. Curse is out, but so is the cold embrace from Yamsor, giving Fada that little bit of extra time to continue the fight. He'll hookshot himself out of the cogs while Fear caught in the back lines by Puppey. They bring more support forward. Fada, whoo! That's a lot of damage with a swing. Down to 90 HP. It's not enough to live. Arteezy, he's finding back-to-back kills, but needs more. Puppey is also finding more and more kills. Arteezy, not enough life to survive. Tree in hand, but nothing to swing with when all his HP is gone. Meanwhile, back at home, it is in trouble. EG are losing tier 4 towers. The creep wave pushes. Samael is the man on defense duty, while Arteezy wants to keep this battle going up on top. What can he really do but die? It's actually that. He dies. That's it. Mid one, TP's forward. They look to keep the attack going. Arteezy, well, at least he's only fighting pigs for the moment and then tossing it back into the shrine. It's gonna be enough.
The bear though.
Mid one's gonna go down. The bear is doing the work, but at least they got rid of the Death Prophet for now.
It's getting low. He's just trying to kite around his team. Now TPing on top of that. They're trying to go for the game.
Oh, you may as well just buy back and finish the job. The Radiant Ancient down to 1,000 HP. The bear is waiting, prowling, looking for the opportunity while Puppey jumps in close. He's got no hook available for the moment, but here comes the bear, beating into the rack. Savage Roar, creating more space. Then they back off with the bear. No fortification available. They're keeping the defense up here. EG, while Fada looking to keep Crit out of the fight. The hook shot is nice. The bear is low. It will drop down. Resummon is not available for a minute.
Hold?
Even the rocks, it looks like they're going to. Ace is retreating. Too much damage from the Tinker Rockets. The creeps, they're slowly bringing the shrine down. But now, well, good fight, Fada. They're actually holding. 820 HP on the Radiant Ancient, and Team Secret cannot close this game out.
Did you see what happened? Fear laid down a tree so that Arteezy could grab something, because it was actually too far for him to go down. He needed to defend that Ancient, so he plants some trees, happy little trees all around right now, so that he can constantly refresh that pool. What a hold. You have to imagine it's just going to be another attempt from Secret. They were disciplined. They didn't go for all-in buybacks. If you go for the Exorcism with the bear, EG are going to be really hard-pressed to hold this. They don't have a whole lot left in the gas tank. They've got one buyback available, but it's more a race against time. They've got to shove out these waves as completely as possible without getting picked off right now. And there's a chance, but it's so unlikely.
It does seem like a very tall ask.
I was surprised that they even held that last one. Once the Lone Druid gets a BKB on his bear, what can they do against it? He can just march in, hit that Ancient. So they've got to take fights outside of this area.
Yeah.
They've got to shove in all 3 lanes, take fights outside this area. Do not let Secret enter your base.
It's like, what do you actually have to control that?
I don't know. And Secret's going, they're just going for the YOLO. Like, they're going to dive bomb down mid.
Here we
try
go.
To sneak in. They don't want to take a fight right now.
Mid one's bringing the creep wave. Samael might be the one to catch out. He's using Shiva to try and force out the lane. Fada comes in. Yapsor gets the grab. Rearm stolen. At least he can get the grab once again. Rearm again and hold him in position with the Fade Bolt. The run is out. Fear. He's got the life. Then Yule Scepter up. He needs to blink away. He doesn't have it when he takes the damage from the fall. Samael so low. Crit's trying to keep him alive. And he almost gets back the relocate. It's still not enough time. Tinker will fall, 2 minutes on the sideline, and that is good game. Crit will call it as Team Secret will finally close this game out. 44 minutes it took, but the game belongs to Secret.
Fada, even at the end, Bloodstone suiciding to mark his territory. Says, this game is ours. That was... So Misery messaged me in the middle of that game, and he's like, that was 9 people playing another game, and Ace just making sure that game was won. Like, he actually just secured that for his team. No hyperbole at all. That was an insane Lone Druid performance.
you really want to label this game up as 1v9.
It was just like there was a 5-on-5 happening or 4-on-4 happening up at top, and you're just like, oh, what's Ace doing? Oh, well, he's just taking 2 racks by himself. Oh, he's taking another one. He's hitting the tower. Now he's got Mega Creeps. I have no idea what that was, but that was amazing.
Well, congratulations to Ace for his victory.
So Hurricane Pike on cooldown for 7 seconds as well. Roger finally comes into play, but there's a call down into the fissure coming through. And that is going to be a dead Dendy. So Fnatic getting a couple good trades right now. And this we'll call in a mini engagement. Pylite Die taking a lot of damage though. Soul Rip keeping the tombstone alive. Seneca with the cast. Not going to bounce to his liking. Will actually get cursed up. He's going to be bashed down by the Void, it looks like. It's going to be pretty close. Assassinate comes out, but it's DJ that ends up getting it with the Splinter's Blast. So Na'Vi making some costly mistakes here. Got to be careful.
Yeah, they're just buying time. Trying to scale into the game. It's still only a 6k gold lead for Na'Vi, and we were talking about that, like, what, 4 minutes ago?
Yeah. And look at the tower advantage. I mean, they have 2 towers for Fnatic right now, but only 1 tier 2 remaining on the way of Fnatic. So you have to expect that there's going to be a net worth lead for Na'Vi, but it's not too gigantic.
You'd expect it to be higher, though, at this point.
Yeah.
Like, not only is it tower gold, it's also complete map control. But Fnatic, they're starting to get some of that back. Shaker, when he's off the map, is very hard to deal with. I don't feel like Fnatic are in that bad of a spot. Like, sure, Na'Vi have Aegis, but it's not easy for them to hit the tower mid lane. It takes a long time.
Yeah, the problem is, though, if Fnatic, they just have to keep playing kind of, it feels like picture perfect in some regard.
Yeah, it's true.
You can't be wasting skills. You can't be getting picked off, because if you do, Na'Vi can take full advantage of the push.
They have no room for error at all.
Exactly. I mean, Ohio, I love his build, though. Going for, I mean, not that this is unusual at all, but Blink into Shadow Blade, be able to get off those big Echo Slams, as this tier 3 tower looks to be coming down here pretty shortly. No Fortify for Fnatic, and Nether Blast will take him out. In general, looking for more. Nether Blast on the racks now. So this is when Fnatic really needs to get off some good spells. Shadow Blade is available now for Ohio, and it's going to be a surprise factor potentially. Tombstone's placed. Ohio.
Just looking for the jump, but it's just General with an Aegis.
Yeah, they are going to get the Aegis, though. Assassinate coming through as well. So that's something. Oh, here comes the Chronosphere onto 2. Includes Gyrocopter and Sniper. That's pretty big, but where's the follow-up? The Bash is coming through onto Abed. Gets the Hurricane Pike off for now. Call down. Used very defensively. They'll take out that Tombstone finally, along with the Nether Warden. Well, technically speaking, Fnatic hold, and they don't really use that much. Earthshaker still with the Echo. We've seen, I believe, 1 Echo Slam this game, if I'm not mistaken. He's really holding on to that.
Yep, it was just for the solo kill on the Pug in the top, but we'll probably see more now. Honestly, that was it was a very good defense from Fnatic. Like Earthshaker, instead of going for a big Blink Echo, he fissured off the backline, and then also Winter's cursed, so people couldn't fall up on the Chronosphere. And that's just what they need. If they can reset off the Chronosphere, so Na'Vi don't have any damage in the Chronosphere, then everything's fine. But again, it is that that picture-perfect gameplay, right? They cannot mess up, or Na'Vi can easily break open the game. Pugna destroys buildings.
Now, if this were to go kind of later game, let's say 45 minutes and beyond, obviously Fnatic have a technically better lineup as far as carries are concerned. How far can Void take you in a game like this?
Well, Void can take you as far as you need in this game. He can definitely solo carry this game in the ultra late game, just because there's no real, like, there aren't that many tools to mess with them, right? Like, he has BKB, Shadow Blade, Battle Fury at this point. He can find the engagements really easily, and it's one of these heroes that you can't farm alone on the map against, right? He's always very dangerous off map, so I think Void is totally fine. It's just the, I don't know. The game is weird because I don't know how well Gyro's going to transition at this stage.
Yeah, he seems to be the big question mark this game, for sure.
Like, look at his gold. He's doing envy things. He's building up the interest in the bank. 4,700 gold. Maybe he'll pull out the rapier. I've got no idea. This guy's a madman.
Rapier, huh? Yeah, that sounds envy-like for sure. General, Nether blasting this tier 2 bot. But yeah, it just feels like, I don't know, Gyro's a weird hero. I'm kind of a fan, like, in a pub perspective, but from competitive, it just doesn't feel like it's that impactful in games like this.
He always feels,
and I don't even know what items can change that, honestly.
It just always feels underwhelming. Like, sure, he's got a bunch of AoE damage, but you look at the numbers on Call Down. Level 1, it's 200 damage on the first drop. Like,
yeah.
Back in the day when, you know, Alliance TI3 era, this was the hero. almost every game. And it felt like when this hero came into team fights, everyone died. Nowadays, it kind of feels like, oh, there's the flag cannon, oh, there's the call down, and then he has to hit you like for 10 seconds with the rocket barrage or something ridiculous. But
would you also say that early game was perhaps more important back then as well? Being able to snowball with
I think
a
the early
ridiculously
game is the most important thing it's ever been.
Really?
Yeah, when you look at the changes to the game, all the changes over the last couple of patches have been about ending the game. Roshan, second cheese, refresher shard on the third kill, and then now you have the removal of base shrines, so you can once again end the game pretty easily.
I guess that's true. Yeah, that's an interesting way to think about the game, for sure.
Yeah,
I think the one thing I would say is that there's more comeback mechanics in the game now than there used to be as well, though.
That is true. But I always feel like the early shrines, like 5 minutes and onwards or whatever, like in the lane phase. Oh boy. And
Crystallize, he wants this so bad. Oh, he wants it
he's
so
make
bad.
Sure there's no wyvern around.
Yeah, well, he forces out a drum at the very least, and only one charge remaining. Roderick being spotted out for now. The dust is there. He actually puts down the tombstone. I think with that, Fnatic will just run away, but looks like Pilot might be stuck between Roger and Crystallize. I hear a curse go off. Looks like it's on Dendi for now, as Crystallize comes in to try to finish off Pilot, attempting to create as much space as possible for his team. And they're going to lose the Wyvern as well. So 2 dead for Fnatic. They do have buyback on Wyvern, but no curse, which is a huge deal.
EG's turn to pick.
Previous patch.
Works super well with both of the initiators, Brewmaster and Sanking. They start the fight, AA can send it back, always get a good Ice Vortex plus ulti off. And even in laning phase, I mean, feet plus Sanking stun, pretty much every single time it'll proc off.
10 seconds.
Well, they tried to do something a little global last time with the Tinker pick. I wonder if they'll go for kind of keeping with that global strat. Prophet or something?
Oh, I was saying the Nature's Prophet, I think, is always strong.
Could even go for a Zeus, the hidden Zeus pick. You know, that classic Evil Genius's Shadow Shaman.
No, I think you think a little bit more basic, and you ask yourself as EG, what was our big weakness? Apart from me not getting a lot out of the clockwork, and the big weakness was that Secret had that huge wave clear advantage. And the Shadow Shaman addresses that very nicely as a support, gives you that pushing potential.
Taking notes from Na'Vi, okay. A little split push action here. Yep, Towers Beware from Team Evil Geniuses on this draft. Scary stuff.
It just feels like Secret, when you look at these first 3 picks, it feels like they could pick almost any 2 cores here.
They've got
I mean, there's so much
massive team fight. Massive team fight.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Who's your number 1 core? Go ahead.
Have we seen a Secret played around with the Spectre at all? Or is that something that all teams are avoiding?
I don't think anybody's playing Spectre right now. That's
that's the hero.
Oh my goodness.
They get it again. Okay.
Oh boy.
But if you're EG though, you have to be ready for this. You have to.
They must have
if you left it on the table. Yeah.
They must have a plan.
Sure. What is the plan for Lone Druid? What's your stable counter to that, Fogged? Anything come to mind?
I mean, Razor's the best one, but he's banned.
Yeah.
I think the Brewmaster is playable against the Lone Druid, but you ban the 1 counter in the Razor, and you have the Brewmaster on your side.
Well, they gotta know something.
The one thing I'll say, the Lone Druid addresses one of the few weaknesses I saw in the Secret lineup, and that's that BKBs were very good for EG, but now you can still get entangled through that.
They have self-sufficient, self-reliant, self-sufficient safe laner that can just like play versus anyone, and SKA can roam around.
This is much better than the clock.
Yeah,
it is
having Universe on his Tide.
It is versus an AA though. An AA in the laning phase is very strong versus Tidehunter with that chilling touch, and they have a lot of magic damage coming between the 2 supports already from the side of Secret versus that Tide. But yeah, definitely already a lot better coming out from that one to just take head-on fights.
And see, I like the Brew against the Tidehunter because with Kraken Shell, you can just send him up in the air, and Kraken Shell's not going to proc.
That's true. That's true. In the laning stage, though, I wonder if EG will try and get the Tide versus Brew matchup. You know, Tide not really caring at all about the mischance with the anchor smash. It's still farm very nicely in that 1v1. So we may see some sort of lane switch-ups to get the matchups.
So what, you think they'll go like some aggro by EG to try to pressure the lone and get Tide?
I think that's the way to do it. You can't give Ace as good of a start as he did last game. I'm sure we've seen them try and put some pressure on, but they've got to do more about him. They can't let him get ahead of the bear. He got really good Radiance timing that last game.
But then Brew has a better game.
Sure, but I'm surely you're more worried about the Lone Druid having a better game.
This feels like such an awkward aggro try, though. Tiny, Io, and Shadow Shaman?
Yeah, they're not, I mean, I'm not saying that.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. That's really tough.
Hey, man, that's going to get a lot of kills, though. Come on. Shackle into, you know, other stuff.
Good OD ban.
OD ban down. Will we dare see another Timber Saw? I hope not. Timby has not been doing too great, but...
I was still looking for mid ones here.
10 seconds.
Mid one, I mean, the Storm Spirit is still there.
Yeah,
Storm Spirit would be really nice for the AA setup, getting yourself straight on top of the IO. I'm sure there's lockdown on the Shaman and Tiny, but I think this is definitely still a very playable Storm game for mid one.
Yeah. Always good to see a Storm be able to jump onto an IO and just pick him off before that team fight can do anything and then move on. But they have a decent amount of lockdown too. That Shadow Shaman is a scary guy to go against.
One secret to have more wave clear. Especially on that mid laner. They only have like Brewmaster Clap and Sand King stun.
Stun's pretty good for wave clear.
Yeah, it's pretty decent. If it's versus the Shaman though, who's pretty tough because instant disable.
You think Ember's viable this match?
Not crazy about the hero.
Lycan. Oh, the art's easy.
I like that a lot.
Oh,
I like that a lot.
I mean, that's just all in on push, huh?
This is a Sumail Tiny.
Yeah, it must be. I'm sure you get Arteezy playing the Lycan. So yeah, the Tiny IO taken to the mid lane, I would imagine, with this final pick.
10 seconds.
I think the Lycan's nice here. If anything, might come online a little earlier than the Lone Druid. So you make sure that by the time that Lone Druid is knocking on your base, you're already into theirs.
I mean, you've got an incredible amount of push and D from EG, that sort of sweeter point. And as you say earlier, than the Lone Druid's getting big with Tiny Shaman Lycan.
I feel like Secret can super punish the Tiny mid here.
Potentially. We'll see what they're picking. Fog, do you have any ideas, buddy? You're the smartest boy on the panel. What do you got for me?
Why am I the smartest? Nahaz is a professor.
I mean, Nahaz is good at life stuff. Maybe. Maybe not. He is co-hosting with me, so he's probably not that good at life stuff. But you're the smartest Dota dude.
Tinker, Storm.
Tinker or Storm?
Those look pretty decent.
Our big calls.
Storm feels pretty
What happened to Shadow Fiend? Dragon Knight.
Dragon Knight.
That's not what I thought.
That's something.
Alright.
I can kind of get it. I mean, tank push.
Base damage reduction versus Tiny.
Exactly. That's just what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
You really negate the kill potential of the Tiny with that spell.
And the level 25 Tidehunter. I mean, you knock out that damage. So very helpful there too.
All right, guys. I have a feeling I know what the answer is gonna be, but let's get our predictions here for game 2. Secret can close this out.
I think so. And game 1, I went against them, even though, despite the start of this series saying you got to watch out for Ace, he's amazing. He's just got his hero again, and I like that he's trying something different. But I've got to go with Secret getting that Lone Druid pick again. It's going to be good.
I'm going to go Secret again.
I'll be a contrarian. I'll think that EG has something up their sleeve if they're going to allow that guy to get his Lone Druid one more time. So let's go Bleed Blue.
Yeah, after what we saw in that last game, I have a hard time seeing EG turn this around with the Secret draft. So maybe we'll get a quick series. We will see. But with a chance to move on in the winner's bracket, Secret may be able to close this one out. Let's head over to our casters. Here are Toby1 and Blitz.
You know, I'm actually thinking that the Slacks curse is going to kick in for game 2 right here, where he stands alone as the only one that believes. Do you think EG's got this? Because right now, Slacks may be on the money. You got Arteezy on Dogman. You've got IO Tiny. You've got like these wonderful combinations.
So last game, I thought that EG was gonna. And I get along with all the players. I'm North American. but it doesn't mean that I have to pick for them.
No, well, we know, Blitz, that you are an analytical man that will base this on all of your knowledge put together into a proper conclusion.
Yeah, and that's why I think Secret's going to win. And I think that, I don't know, it just feels like they're the better team. It feels like, to me anyways, that EG, like something feels a little bit off, whereas Secret is just...
Well, I
was about to curse right there, but Secret is really good.
I heard on the grapevine that all of the EG players were up at 2 AM local time. They did not adjust properly. And maybe Samel didn't even sleep during the night. So.
Yeah, that's pretty rough, but...
Yeah.
Man, I just want to talk about the Secret lineup. In the beginning, it looked like it was going to be a little bit rough, and it feels like in the past they almost always sacrificed whoever was the carry on their side. Like the carry player just looks a little bit weak, but it just feels like they're gelling together really well. And it feels like Ace is comfortable like doing whatever. You put him on an island, great. You help him, great. You help mid one, it doesn't matter. It feels like anything he does, it's just working for them right now.
Yeah. It's kind of funny, like we were looking at Team Secret in China and talking about like the lack of mid one where we had CTY standing in for them and how Papi Strave's like, okay, well, he's focusing more on Ace. And they're kind of like, I wonder if that tournament kind of gave them even more confidence in Ace's abilities, just give him these heroes that can 1v9 and just do his thing.
Oh, sure. And this is really important, I think, Toby, for a team is you want star players, of course. But at the same time, like when one guy doesn't pick up the load, you want somebody that can like cover the slack. So you have a guy like mid one last game, doesn't do the best, has one of the most rough games that I've seen him ever have.
Yeah.
And then you have Ace, he's like, don't worry.
I got this, boys. Yeah. I'm printing money and destroying the economy.
And it doesn't feel like we're seeing that quite yet in EG. Like the balance isn't quite there, but maybe this is where it starts.
Dude, EG's like investing in skin coin. Eventually it'll pay off.
Maybe, as Owen learned the hard way. But yeah, you don't know these things until like, we've seen a few of their runs so far, but
top. They're going to put the chilling touch on, and this is going to be problematic for Fear. So much damage from Team Secret, and it'll be enough to claim the first blood. Puppy and Yapsaw, they were all over this map like a hot rash in game one, and they are off to the same itchy start in game two.
That is the one thing you need to get out of your... I'm not okay with that. All right. So another really rough start to game number 2. As mid lane is going kind of okay.
It's better than my dog joke, remember?
The dog one is good. You can tell that one. I told him he couldn't, but...
Yeah, he banned me from doing that.
You're Toby. You can get away with anything. Just say it.
Okay. Welcome to the worst joke ever.
You can't set it up like that.
I can't.
All right.
Okay,
fair.
you know what? You can wait. You can wait for the worst joke ever.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
Up top, Fada just... And they're... All three of their cores are once again doing well. Like, they're off to a pretty fantastic start.
Yeah, I wonder if this is also like Team Secret. Like, you talk about them gelling. It seems they also understand like exactly where they have to pressure. Lycan, we know his early game is, well, ass. Now Team Secret, like they have Fada on the Brewmaster very early on. Yapsaur as well as Puppy are doing as much as they can to interrupt him. And you got a half a level Lycan 2 minutes into this. Okay, Yapsaur still takes the rune. But Arteezy just can't get anything. He can't catch a break up on this top. He's a 1-0 Lycan versus a 9-7 Brewmaster.
And the Brewmaster destroys him, Toby. He just throws Drunken Haze, makes life really hard for him. They have no kill potential in their lane, which is really rough for heroes like Shadow Shaman, because this hero heavily relies on kill potential. Like, this hero has garbage move speed, has a lot of attack, and so you often want to be in one-on-one situations against the offlaner so you can just trade hits. But if you take away that opportunity and you go for this aggressive tri-lane, well, you ruin all the offensive potential of the Shadow Shaman because he can't protect this Lycan. He just dies really quickly.
If Yapsaur cuts this tree and gets the stun on Arteezy, I believe he's dead. And Arteezy, he's sitting just in the edge of vision, so Secret know where he is. Fear rotates around the back. That Observer Ward's down the ramp, so Team Secret don't see Fear moving that clearly around the corner. But they also did this so they can block the pull point. This is now the second game in a row where, again, we've seen the safe lane of EG just incapable of controlling the momentum of the creep wave.
Mid lane, though, is benefiting from this, as mid one is forced into a situation where he's got to get 2 in the Dragon Blood. And I don't know.
Is it that bad though? Because you can just breathe fire farm, right? And this can harass into crit. Yeah. Like bottom lane is nice for Universe. He's actually 19-4 versus the 14-4 of Ace, so it's more of an even trade in the lane. Oh, nice toss back. Mid one into deep. Fear's coming over. Yapzor needs to create some space with the Burrow Strike. Able to do so. And the Spirits, he can't reach him. Cancels the salve, at least some level of value. But mid one survives to breathe another day.
Yeah, he's just going to tango up, but he's still got to be careful. Like, there is a situation where Crit just gets tossed in and he gets triple spirited and goes down. But Dragon Knight, of course known for his high regen, with the Ring of Regen, he was also given a Tango to eat by his team and the 2 points of Dragon's Blood, already up to more than half HP.
No, I'm just keeping a side eye on this top lane, watching Fada versus Arteezy. And Fada is playing with him. Like, they just wait for the deny. And Arteezy, that's now his 4th CS in 4 minutes. When you go 1 CS a minute as a safe laner, the primary farmer of evil geniuses, you know you got issues.
Yeah, this is some real KBBQ Dota.
I'm sorry, Arteezy's not asleep at his keyboard.
That is true. It's not hard to be better than Jack at Dota, but right now, his lane has been absolutely demolished. As up at top, every creep is getting denied. This Lycan has less net worth than the Sand King right now. Like Arteezy, up to 4 CS
mid
now.
Mid lane, Flashing and go for a toss back into the shackles. Fear was waiting for this perfectly. Mid one will break free,
So
and
tanky.
the 2 points in Dragon Blood. It's 11 armor and 11.8 regen a second they have to fight through.
They're trying to do whatever they can right now, Toby, to help out the other lanes, because they know this top lane is a complete lost cause.
Yep.
So they keep trying to make these ganks happen on mid one, but it's just not quite working. And now at bottom, Ace finally starting to find some sort of lead as Universe doing okay for himself. Tiny's doing okay for himself too, but they need to make something happen around this top area, and soon.
Avalanche again. Ready for the toss back, all the way back to Fear. Shackles this time up. Yapzor, space creation. It's a little too late. We'll go for the 2-man Burrow Strike and then start his run out.
4th time's the charm?
Yeah?
I guess after the first 3 times, he's like, I am pretty much unkillable here. But this time, they had the tower.
Hey, here's the upside right now. Arteezy has more CS than kills on the board.
Oh,
I know, right? I was worried he wouldn't be able to keep up.
He is a full 2 levels behind Fodder right now. A full 2 levels.
Can you get something better by rotating the lanes? I suppose you can't put Lycan on the off lane.
Yeah, I feel like they should have swapped into bottom, but maybe they felt like they couldn't protect him. But essentially, Secret's getting a decent amount here. Sumail.
Oh, here we go again. Fada's rotated in, goes for the collapse. Sumail wants out of this. Fada, well, there goes your TP. Crit will give him the extra life to only TP back to the mid-tier 1. Sumail knows all he had to do was get further away from Fada. And Fada's actually short of mana. He didn't have the Mango in his main inventory, so he couldn't pop it to split.
Yeah, he's going for it again, though.
Yep, they just run in. Sumail's got Avalanche, so there's more space to work with.
Yeah, now Yapzor is taking over up at top, which does give Arteezy a little bit more room, but Yapzor now getting more or less uncontested farm here, as the melee Lycan does not really want to fight against the Sand King.
And this lone druid, can they allow the same thing to happen?
They're running at him.
Oh, Arteezy, the clap, goodbye. Even an extra Drunken Brawler attack for Fada to help secure the deal. So it was another 6-minute hand of Midas for Ace. He's at 3.5k net worth. This time, it's night and day the difference between the save lanes. It's 3.6k to the 1.6k. A full 2,000 difference between Ace and Arteezy.
Yeah. Arteezy would kill right now for Ace's farm.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, unless he walks across the stage and then just sits down at Ace's computer, he ain't getting that.
Another switch. Mid-game this time. He's elevating the memes. As Yapzor just sitting there right now. This level 4 Sand King has more net worth by considerable margin over the Lycan. Like, this Lycan, it's not really his fault. I mean, we keep bringing it up because it's such an aberration of what we normally see hard carries get.
It was the weakness in the laning from the supports. Like, what are they meant to do here? Crit has to sit with the Tiny, and Shaman can't do much in the lane.
Yeah, I mean, where's he supposed to go? He can't. It's not
Go
easy
jungle,
from a rotate
crit. Oh, Fada! so much damage so quickly. Mid one's going to rotate in. Breathe Fire's on cooldown, but to get the Dragon Tail off, so Fada moves closer. He's looking for another attack. He's just going straight to the split. The cold feet from Puppey with the chilling touch. You've got one more attack from the Storm Bruling to get the damage out. They turn their attention to Samel with the Earth Bruling stun. Another cold feet. The synergy is so beautiful. The control of Fada is even more beautiful. This is almost bodacious diving to the tier 2 tower in mid, but Samel just enough life with the 1 charges, and Fada trapped a little bit further back, but that's a Dragon 4 mid one. Crit TP to the tier 1 tower. He doesn't want to stick around too much. The Breathe Fire hits on all 3 of EG's players, and Team Secret are done with this. Puppey's TP out right in front of EG. The only thing that was missing was an Ancient Apparition taunt.
At the same time, Universe does have his level 6, really wanted to get Secret to overcommit there, and that's exactly why they didn't. They don't want to run into a position where they overextend. They have a good lead right now, 2,000 on the board. Don't throw anything away if you're Team Secret. You can afford to be patient. Arteezy's got to spend all this time catching up. And so while he catches up, take your time. Get all the map control in the world. Don't rush anything. Because the strongest spell in the game right now is still Ravage. If you can avoid a really good Ravage for Secret, if you can survive something like that, then you're going to be quite far ahead.
Especially when, like, the person holding the Ravage Universe is the #1 net worth on the EG side. And he's building into items which are going to sustain nicely. Like, he's building in for the mech at the beginning for Evil Geniuses. Maybe this will allow them to have this 4-1, so Lycan is able to recover, just give Howl to the rest of his team. But Arteezy has gone all the way off the top lane. He's headed down south into the camps, because it's the only safe place for him to farm, knowing the Team Secret are turning their attention this way. So they deny Universe his Ravage on the bottom lane, they deny the group up of Evil Geniuses, and Lone Druid's happy for this. This is so much money flooding into him. We're 10 minutes in, and he's 2.2k towards his Radiance. It's, again, this almost same timing as Game 1, which Team Secret were very happy to trade off.
This almost feels like just another run back, but this time they're not losing their mid tower, and mid 1's not getting completely screwed over.
It's a tier 1 for a tier 1 and tier 2.
Yeah, it almost feels like last game, where the Lone Druid was just hitting this top tower, and EG couldn't do much about it. Yeah, not quite in position. They're going to give up another tower. Last hit goes the way of Fada, but gold is still heavily in favor.
It's going to be more for Secret. Like, you've got the Trinity Dragon right now in mid lane attacking into the tier 1 tower, and Universe, like, he wants to hold him back, but the poison attack is all they really need to keep the ticks going. Now with the movement forward, Dragon Tail stun mid 1, that's his last bit of mana, has the Soul Ring available if he needs more, but just keeping Universe away from the chase.
And look at Lone Druid right now, going to the opposite side of the map while they preoccupy him. They're creating so much space right now on the map for Ace. Yeah, and we saw what his Lone Druid could do. That was not pretty.
Even if they try and push mid, like, Dragon Form's going to be down, but Epicenter is up. Ancient Apparition is still short of his level 6. Puppey's trying to catch up to that. It's probably the weakest part of the Team Secret lineup at the moment. Yeah. But the push is coming in, and Yabsaw from the trees, EG do not have vision of him in there.
Yeah, we're seeing what you talked about too, where they're going for this 4 aggressive heroes on the map behind this Tidehunter.
Create space for Lycan.
Create space, yes.
But if Yabsaw wants to commit, he can at least push him off the tower.
He's got his ulti too. He's trying to use the fog to his advantage right now.
Okay, Fada's being more of a dick. He's drunk and hazening up the Tiny, who just wants to beat into the tier 1 tower.
Yeah, they're going to make it difficult for them as Yabsaw on the south side.
They should be able to survive that, right? Like, you've got so many 1 charges on Evil Geniuses that even if you pop in the epicenter damage, it's going to be... It's not going to be a lot, and okay, Ace is attacking the tier 1 tower. Lycan has to TP to defend this. Mr. level 6 Lycan versus level 11 Lone Druid.
Almost doubling him up right now. Shows the dire circumstances.
Stealing both the bounty runes as well. Hey, why not?
Why not? Arteezy's going to go there, see nothing, and that's just... It's honestly just dejecting right now. It's...
They're smoking with Fear and Arteezy. Are they actually going to try and force a fight in mid against mid 1 and bring Arteezy in?
They've got Ravage, and if Secret don't have heroes here right now, I suspect that they will be able to get the kill, or at the tower at the very least.
TPs are available for both the supports to come in.
They need to come
Same
out
with the Brewmaster. Here comes your first TPs, both the tier 1 and tier 2 town. Mid 1, 11-1 charge. Give him a lot of life. The shackles are up. Fada needs to create space with a Ravage. It connects on 3 with the toss follow-up. Fada, he needs to get the split off. He doesn't get it off. He went for the clap first. Universe and Samel will find these pickoffs. Lone Druid's forcing the bottom lane to at least get a tier 1 town in return. But EG, that is a godsend. Double pickoff on 2 cores. It's not supports, it's the cores of Secret.
Way too greedy on the side of Secret. you have to commit more heroes to that, especially when you see the Tidehunter. This is not a mobile hero. If you see the Tidehunter moving, the rest of his team is likely to follow. They probably just didn't expect Arteezy to come around to that engagement, but if I'm 100% honest, I don't think Secret really cares too much. Like, Lone Druid almost has the Radiance once again.
It was still a tier 1 for a tier 1 tower trade-off. They lost Puppey on top, but Puppey got a lot of space with that push to now get his Ice Blast, and that's why Crit and Sumail are a little bit chilly.
Taking a little bit of damage, but...
Oh, Yapsol?
Reset mid lane.
I don't know if he just lost vision of Universe. He just walks over like he's putting down an Observer Ward.
I think he was waiting for Crit, but this time around, EG willing to protect their tiny ball of hope, as they're going to need to. This is their way back into the game right now, is the Tiny. I think they're at least game planning it correctly, even if the laning phase went really rough. It's way too hard for them to do anything to recover Arteezy's game, so try to pump up Sumail's as much as possible. Look at the Wisp.
Crit, goodbye. It was nice knowing you. Universe catching snow cones.
Steals both the bounty runes once again. He's got his Radiance now. He's going to send back the bear for it.
Ace is just so damn efficient with this Lone Druid.
14-minute. Use the Midas. As you say that, Midas.
Efficiency. There you go.
Got it.
Was that, what, 2-3 seconds downtime?
Dude, that was like 10 seconds. Are you kidding me? I like Ace and his play just as much as the next guy, but...
It's because we said efficiency and Ace in the same sentence.
Yeah, don't give him credit for something he didn't do.
Taking both the bounty runes but not using Midas. Pretty good.
Upsetting, but 14-minute Radiance. I forgot how fast he got it last game. I think like 15.
Yeah, I think he's faster this game. I'm sure Nahaz is sitting there just basically crunching numbers.
That's absurd, considering he had absolute free farm in the last game, and he was against a Clockwork, this time against the Tidehunter. This man.
Team Secret getting ready to fight once more on top lane. They got the full drums up for the Brewmaster. They're going for both drums and Vlads. So this group up of Team Secret is going to be very strong with Fada at the front lines, not only dispelling, controlling, but also aura buffing. Beer gets a small glimpse, but Fada shows himself anyway, running into the creep wave. Universe on the run. Where's that entangle? Where's that entangle? There's that entangle. Ace in mid one. Top watching him, but yep, there's your attack, Fada. Sumail. There to attack, a double damage room for Crit.
A little bit too far forward for Fada. Just, again, overestimating his tankiness, but I'm starting to see a pattern here, Toby. I think that Fada's role in both the games is the same.
Yep, still 2 shots. Yeah, Fada's role?
I think it's just, he runs in, dies, and that's okay, because you force 4 heroes over. I genuinely think that it's perfectly alright.
Wait, are we actually taking a page from the Book of Cinder in here?
Yeah, if you die like this, you force 4 heroes over, and you've got this guy in your holster, Ace, who is just farming away. I mean, do you really care?
Yeah, so Sandstorm dodges. He's on the run back out again. Raindrops, no. Is protected. Takes the bounty rune.
Universe is here to play, though. They don't want to mess with this hero yet. They want to avoid him at all costs. Just continue to angle him around the map, Toby. Like, this is a very lumbering hero. It doesn't move around very well. Not mobile whatsoever. No blink dagger on him, so the kill potential is pretty limited to him just running at you.
Yep.
And so Secret recognized that. And Fada, once again, is just going to shove in a lane aggressively. They're going to ping him and say, like, hey, let's kill him. Does he care?
Oh, and he instantly splits. Seeing the attack coming in, Fada gets the hell out of dodge. Runs into the tree lines. Crit, he knows there's so much disable and damage that can come from this. Sumail looking for some extra pickoffs. The Earth Brewing. It's only going to last another 1 second. Arteezy still here, but Puppey waiting with the Ice Blast. And Sumail trapped in the tree lines. Lone Druid Bears made its way down to Radiance Burn. Sumail wants out, but it won't happen. Yapsol hits the burrow. And EG, they wanted to be the aggressors, but they get snapped by a quick reaction from Fada. And a lot of reinforcements from Secret.
Yeah, the biggest hero on the side of EG, and probably the most important hero, goes down. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, I'm 99% sure now that they don't care when Fada dies. I think he's just sent to push in lanes. He's like the core Pylai die in this situation. He just pushes in a wave. If they kill him, okay, sure, why not? And if situations like that happen, even better.
It almost feels like it's the boy who cried wolf.
Yeah.
Like, hey, he's by himself. We don't care if he dies. Now we're just going to go gank him and relocate on top of him. Reinforcements have arrived. Oh, crap. Well, that doesn't work out now. How do we know when he's crying wolf or not?
Exactly, because...
Like, you'd think the Lycan would know.
Yeah, when he's not... Alright, that was pretty bad. When he is alone and you kill him, you think to yourself, like, great. When he isn't, it makes you think twice about the next attempt.
They're going for Roshan. Puppey has Ice Blast available. And with Mass Serpent Wards committed, Roshan is dying, but it's taking time. There's no medallion to work. They have the Necro books making this happen. But here comes Team Secret. Burrow Strike out on the sidelines. Where's that Ice Blast? Right on top of Fear. It's actually quite small because Puppey was so close. Ravages from Universe creates so much space, but the Bear is in the middle of it. Fear will drop. Savage Roar forces EG to back off. SK, he will buy back into this game. Yamso wanting to be part of this. Their mid one. Back lines, bringing down Io. Samael has lost his friend. The Burrow Strike from Yapzor is perfect. They want to keep the run going. Yapzor looking for the body block. Universe got nowhere to hide. Tries to make a break for the tree line, but there's just nowhere to go. Rooted up and brought down. And the one hero that is left is probably the least influential hero after Roar is gone. Lycan is the last one left. They did all the hard work. The Wolves, they're actually going to die as well, so they can't even test Roshan. Everything's coming up Secret.
That was absurd. Perfect team fight for them, and the immediate buybacks, the snap buyback decision making. I felt like Yapzor was just going to go for the ult blind in, but doesn't even bother doing that, just stuns in. We're going to see this once again. The beginning looks so promising for EG. They get 2 heroes instantly. There was no brew ult. The Ravage was okay. It catches people in the back line, but not enough. Everybody coming back in for this, and now Secret with the Aegis in their hands. They know there's no Ravage for this. The timing is perfect. They have a Brewmaster split on top of this. You couldn't script this better for Team Secret.
The only thing they needed extra was having Dragon Form again. The Ice Blast is gonna be perfect with the Burrow Strike. They hold him in position, and Fear is tossed into the fight. I think Samael has just betrayed his father. They'll move deeper inside the base. Tidehunter spin him up and towards the air. Still no Ravage available when he hits the ground, at least behind Blink available. But he's trying to fight and bring down the Bear. They're removing the armor. Samael trying to fight back into the front lines. The Bear is so low. Ace doesn't have a resummon for it. That's why they're trying to keep it alive. The Necrobook's trying to burn up the rest, but they break. They push him back. Yapzor is low, but the Ice Blast, it connects onto Universe. How is the Bear alive? How is the rest of Team Secret alive? Puppey's being chased down by the rest of the Lycan, Books, and Wolves.
He's gonna
Maybe Arteezy can come through the side. The Tree Toss will finally get the first kill for EG in this entire fight, but the clap is down. They're trapped in the trees. Everyone's gone bush. Tidehunter is brought down. Chris trying to keep him alive, but here comes your epicenter, lacquering on top. It is all Secret. Crit maybe denies himself to the Ogres. No, that won't happen. Vada will be there for the last hit. Now Spyvex coming in from EG, relocate to the front lines, but Arteezy, he gets locked in, and the double Burrow Strike again! And it just
happened? It fell?
We cracked our board. Take our head for it's off. That's the only way we're going to do this. But EG have lost so many people. There's no way they're capable of actually defending this base right now. And Team Secret will continue to push through. They'll take the tier 3 tower. Shaman can watch from the sidelines. Tidehunter, oh, that's one way to get into the fight. Move with the TP straight in, rooted up. He's got the Ravage, holding onto it for as long as he can. The Savage Roar will force him back. Full mid Rax is gone, and the melee Rax on the top.
Absolutely one-sided now. Don't think EG's going to be able to recover. It's 20k at 22 minutes in. Quite the one-sided deficit now.
Yeah. It is almost an impossible task for them. We're back into normal world now for us. Lone Druid, he's even got the AC. We're 22 minutes in on this Lone Druid. AC, Hand of Midas, with the Radiance build up. Ace is living the life of a king. He's only sitting at 741 gold per minute, 22 minutes into the game.
Yeah. This is now pretty much all but over. He's like doubled up right now in terms of farm. Already at 16k.
Oh, EG just smoked on top of the Radiant Observer Ward. They cannot catch a break.
they get one more shot at this. They used all the buybacks. Ace is double anybody's net worth, more than double anybody's net worth on the side of EG. Like the bear micro alone in that last engagement was pretty absurd, and now
we get to watch at least the fight in the trees right now.
Yeah. So this one looked like it was going to finally be promising, and then look at Yapsor in the top area.
Oh, good.
Comes straight through, and now they have one set of racks left. They do have the range racks up at top, if that's any consolation for EG.
I really don't think so. That's like chocolates after you got knocked out on Wheel of Fortune. You do not want this. Mid one, gonna Foco Dragon form. Here's the wraparound. EG coming from behind. Universe needs the best opportunity, but already Yapsor with Observer Ward in the tree lines. He sees it coming from a mile away. Your DK has gone Invis. There goes your Ravage. It doesn't catch enough. Yapsor comes in with the ulti, combining with the Ice Blast. This really is the game. There's no way EG can fight back out. The Mouse 7 was a nothing. Even the root onto the IO. They can't kill Ace. They committed almost everything for it. And EG admit defeat as Team Secret 2-0 out Evil Geniuses.
Yeah, they realize nothing to do anymore. After the mid game, I mean, part 2, it goes so badly for them. The laning phase was maybe the most rough that I've seen for a safe laner in quite some time. Like, we were just giving you guys like the play-by-play updates of, has he crossed Yapsor's net worth yet? The answer was no for maybe 30 minutes into the game. And I mean, this is what I told you. It felt like it was just two teams on two different levels right now.
Yeah, it really does seem that way. And protect the Lycan, protect something, protect the hopes of all the EG fans as they'll drop into the lower bracket. And Team Secret get their semi-final matchup, which is what is coming up a little bit later today. I think it's actually our last game of the day on the main stage. But Team Secret, well-deserved victory. I can't wait to actually see them battle up against Newbie.
Oh yeah, that's going to be an absurd matchup.
Yeah, Newbie actually breezed through their first game as well. So taking that confidence, Team Secret as well with a 2-0 victory. Like it's the 2-0 semi.
That looked really easy too.
Yeah.
They look like they did not break a sweat. Obviously there was some time off for them, and you know, they just came out roaring. That was
it was absolutely wonderful. I hear we have some analysts.
Hi, I'm here.
Indeed.
Hi, boys.
We got
coming back to the panel here, and I want to know for you guys, how surprised were you when EG left the Lone Druid on the table for Game 2?
I think the trade-off was, the thing is they probably have this idea that IO Tiny is like king, and so they're like, okay, we'll do this